Hello everyone, welcome back. This is going to be part 2 of getting this heap of work contract done. In the last one we ended right here. This is literally, I've not done anything since I stopped recording. It's the next day though, so hopefully I'm a little more refreshed even than last night. But yeah, so basically, if you didn't see the last video, you can go and watch that. In that video, we repaired this bridge. We drove the bandit up here to see what this mission was. Excuse me. We got this trailer for the warehouse, so that now both warehouses are open. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And yeah, so now what I've done is I've loaded up some trucks, and we're going to take these materials down to the landslide near the tunnel. As mentioned last time, I need 2 extra slots, but these 2 trucks can only carry 10. We need 12, so we're just going to come back with a sideboard on one of these trucks and get us loaded up. So I'm just going to do that, and I may end the video there, but just in case you were curious, this is actually, this is what's going on up here. I mentioned last time these steel rolls. Yeah, the twin steer up here flipped over and lost its load, so I used the International here. We're kind of doing, quote, a convoy, but I'm kind of driving each truck, 20 or 30 feet, like drive the twin steer from down here up to here, and then come back and get the International. Just because the nature of these roads are so jagged, it's pretty much impossible to tow these trucks up through here. So like I said, maybe we'll load these rolls back up on the twin steer and finish heading right over here. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. That's not going to take too long. No, we'll do that later. If you guys are interested in watching me do that, you can see that later. But first, let's get these guys delivered and unlock the tunnel. That's the purpose of the video. I mean, partly it's also just for you guys to, watch and enjoy all this that I'm doing here. Especially like, if you don't own the game or don't have a computer to play the game, you're just watching this on your phone or whatever, because you just like the game and you hope someday that you can play it, but you just want to enjoy other people play. That's kind of what I have done in the past. Is somebody owns a game that I would like to play, but either just don't have the money for, or don't have the equipment for, or whatever, and it's just interesting to watch them play those games. So maybe that's you, or maybe you're like me and you watch people play games that you can play yourself, because for some reason sometimes that's even more enjoyable. The funny thing is, half the time you get done watching somebody and then you sit there and question why you didn't spend that last hour that you watched playing the game yourself and actually accomplishing something. But hey, that's life. Sometimes we're just tired and we just need to chill. So here's another example of where you really probably could get away with it, but I'm not going to tow the truck because I just don't feel like having to flip a truck back over. It probably wouldn't flip, but there's a possibility it would. Thankfully, both these trucks I put a little crane on. Just with the nature of this trip, there's a very good possibility that they're going to flip at some point in the ice or something. So we just put the cranes on there just so that both trucks are fully able and capable of getting their cargo back on there themselves if one truck is a distance away, like right now. So anyway, hopefully the mic is good. I'm going to try to talk a little bit louder. I noticed last video, right now for example, you can hear me clearly, but then sometimes I just kind of trail off and start mumbling, and yeah, it's a little bit hard to hear me, so I'm going to try to keep myself talking loud enough to where it's not uncomfortable to try to understand what I'm saying. Like, you need subtitles to understand me, even though I'm even though there shouldn't be any need for that. So anyway, yeah, we're just if you didn't see the last video, you should go and watch that. I go over the trip we made, where we're going, how we're attempting it, and I'll go over some of that a little later when we get there. But right now we're just skirting along the edge of the ice here. It's better than trying to find a way through up, you know, all this. This is just a nightmare. Like, if you're coming from the garage, you know, this is just, there's no way to get across here. And don't really be fooled by this. Right here, I took the twin steer that way one time, and it made it, but this is some sloppy stuff right here. I guess that's supposed to be kind of like a drain for this road. You know, like it kind of comes down to here, where the power line is. And yeah, it's really sloppy there. It's awful. You'd be much better off cutting across down here, going along the ice like I'm doing now, and popping up right here, and then coming back up on the road. It's just much better. I mean, obviously, if you're trying to get over here somewhere, then, you know, you can just follow the road out of the garage. This road is really fine. All the way up until about here, it does get fairly narrow. Usually you can make it, but this is fairly narrow, so be cautious. Anyway, that's not the point. Right now we're trying to get down through here. So we're going to follow the edge here. I got a tip from a guy. You can actually go up through here. We'll just actually leave these waypoints to guide us. And yeah, there's some interesting stuff that's going to happen down in here that I will show you when we get there. So let's keep going. Oh, the ice is cracking. Oh boy, excuse me for yawning, but yeah, the ice is cracking underneath our vehicles. And this is why I brought this Azov with 10 wheels, because you can see it didn't really care too much that we broke through the ice. It just kind of pushed through. The more wheels, the better you're going to have a chance of finding traction. Okay. I was just making sure. I was like, that doesn't look like a way to go, but I think it is. You can either go up that way, or I guess you can go up this way. Let's test it and see. There's some big rocks here. I feel like I should have probably gone a little further up, but we'll see. Pretty impressed with the fuel economy this thing's getting so far, considering it's literally towing a whole nother trailer behind it. Let's see. We got the Tega pushing us, so I'm just going to leave the Tega there. It's just going to make this a lot easier, more fuel efficient. So yeah, instead of going across all those big rocks down there, you can actually just come this way. And apparently it's not too bad. And that looks to prove true. And the trailer's doing pretty good. I wonder if it was going to get like high center or anything. I mean, it's definitely dragging, but it's just snow. It's not really like hitting rocks and whatnot. So yeah, looks like you could probably come down this way and be a little better, but we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to hit straight down. Big chin of this thing, always hitting the floor. What is there's a YouTuber, he calls this thing Bruce. I think it's based off somebody else's name that he thinks it's to. I have no idea what he's talking about, but it's funny, so yeah. Look at how it shoved this rock all the way up through here. It's crazy. So there's the dirt you can actually stick to. That was helpful. Yeah, this is pretty solid here. Very nice. Even a Tega can get up through here, even though it has like quite a few less axles than the other truck. But the Tega is really capable. I mean, technically, as far as like ground clearance, this is way better than the other truck. As far as the front, it doesn't have that big chin cap overhang. So yeah, this truck's better for that. It looks like just going straight down the hill is actually better because this rock here kind of messes with your trailer and truck and whatnot, and those trees slow you down too. So yeah, the first way we came is actually the best. Yeah, no problem. Got here. Easy peasy. Alright, so this next part, we'll take the Tega with this part of the way. Don't go that way. It's pretty bad. Poor Tega's just having to hop over all these rocks, but thankfully he's getting towed, so it's not too bad. So yeah, don't go that way. All that ice is pretty breakable, and so you're just gonna make a big mess. Yeah, so we're gonna leave the Tega there. I love how it shows like the Tega is. Oh wow! Get off of that. Is part of the load. Like it's like, hey, look, this truck has what you need. That's pretty good. So again, we're just gonna take it easy along here. All this ice will break, and we're gonna gun it across here. And try to stay along the edge if possible. The ice is breaking. This is not good. Not too bad. You can actually put it in low plus or low if you really want to be careful. And I would recommend that. Well, look at that ice. That is hilarious. It's just like standing up there. It's probably going to fall over though. Let's not pay too much attention to that though, because yep, she's going to fall over. Because we'll get her into the breakable ice or into the depths below. I could go back and get the Tega now in case it needs a tow, but I'm not really too worried about it. So as you can see, this route is actually really nice. Rather than going, what direction would that be? I guess that'd be east. Rather than going east and trying to like go this way and needing like a Kolob or a Tatarin or like Azov Antarctic or something to pull you across this, because I'll show you in a moment, all this ice is actually really breakable. Instead of going that way, if you just take the way I just went, which is like if we go from the Tega, we go this way, make a big turnaround, and then just kind of follow the ice edge here, jump across that. It's not too bad, as you saw, and just come along here. There's this first part, and then if you just kind of go all the way to the end where we're at now, and then you can just stick to the edge here. All this is solid, and then we can just get up through here and get the mission done. So yeah, you can see there's kind of like breakable ice. Is this breakable? Yes, it is. Let's just back out of that before we go any further. So you can kind of tell where it's kind of cracked up looking, that is breakable. But over here it's completely solid, so no problem there. And yeah, this is not the complete end though. You know, I don't just like, you can kind of take a deep breath because you know you're not going to fall in the river, which is pretty nasty. But it's still, you know, a little bit of bit to get up through here. There's some mud right here at the top that's pretty nasty. Yeah, so let's just shift it down a gear. There's our trailer from the collab that was left there. I brought that because I didn't realize there was a fuel station here, and I kind of wanted to be able to keep the collab and all the rest of it over here fueled. That is a modded fuel trailer, but I mean, it does make it easier, but it's not necessary. I could have done the same thing with the regular fuel trailer. So anyway, let's just cut across here. And yeah, if we need to, we can get this or the collab or tavern to pull the Tega through if it needs help. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get this delivered. So this is the drop-off zone. So we'll just shut off the vehicle. That's one thing that you can do if you're really tight on fuel. Now you just shut the vehicle off whenever you're idling. There's 0 point in leaving it on when you're not actively moving. I mean, if you're stopping, even just to check the map, you know, just go ahead and shut it off, because it's just burning needless fuel. And apparently it didn't shut off. Good job. Trying to move a point and then fails to do it. Typical. Anyway, so yeah, the Azov did a fine job there. Let's see how 6x6 is going to do. Again, just take this kind of wide. You can see where the ice starts to break there to the edge. Again, you may want to put this kind of like in low gear, so you have a little bit more control. You want to jump across here fairly quick, use a little bit of throttle, and slow down again, so you don't fall in. This is fairly narrow, but as you can see, it's wide enough that you don't have to worry too much about falling in. Yeah, the guy said you could probably do this even with a Tega with all terrains, let alone chain tires. So yeah, this is a walk in the park for the most part. You can see where the trailer, I suppose, broke through the ice behind the Azov. So shift up a little bit now. We're kind of in the clear. Smack the engine there a little bit. Yeah, that's where the trailer broke through. That's pretty funny. But again, I mean, the trailer is not that big a deal. If you just let it fall in the water, as long as your truck has enough power and all the rest of it, you can easily get it to not drive across the rocks. That's a recipe for getting into stuff. Yeah, I personally like this trailer just about the best out of most trailers, because it sits fairly high and it's just kind of one long big flat thing. There's not a lot of edges to it to get caught on everything. It just seems to handle really well. This is just the one I've always used. Shift down a little bit there. You needless fuel and tires spinning. So yeah, this mud gets a little bit hairy here. You can twist your wheels back and forth. Grabs a little extra grip, just like in real life. It's pretty cool how they do model that to some extent. And yeah, just not too big of an issue there with good chain tires, or mud tires will work as well, since that's mostly just mud. It's not really like ice. Yeah, watch the rock there. You can kind of tread onto that. And yeah, as soon as we get here, we're home free. Job done, so to say. We do have these two trailers here. So if you want, you can try to take them all the way back to the garage. Shut that off. But there's an easier option there. because once you unlock this map, the garage for this map is literally just right in within a few little bits. So really, let's get rid of all those needless waypoints. You can just leave your trailers here, and instead of taking them across this crazy journey back to here if you want to sell them, you can just leave them here and then just drive them through the tunnel and sell them there. So yeah, don't have to worry about that. Service spare parts. So yeah, we need two more. So we could either take one of these back, or let's just see what trucks we got in the garage. Maybe we'll take a different one. We could take either that Azov, or we could take the Ziks. That would be pretty funny to take the Ziks. I'm honestly debating doing that. That would be actually pretty funny. Let's see what other options we got sitting here. We could take the Dan, the ANK. We could take the International. That'd be cool. We could take the Voron. Let's pull the Ziks out. I just want to see what this thing sounds like. What does this even sound like? Wow, look at this old thing. Oh, it doesn't even have diff lock always. Crazy. I'm seriously debating doing this. I really think we need like chain tires though. Let's just take it out here. Wow, look at this. Let's just take it out here and see how it does in the snow. We're taking the baby Ziks here to go unlock the big boy, right? That's pretty funny. It's getting dark. Let's fix that. I don't like the dark in this game. It's sometimes it's fun, you know, turn on your headlights and enjoy the dark. But yeah, sometimes it's just too dark, too annoying. Yeah, this is pretty slow. Let's not do that. I want to try to make this video fairly quick, so we'll just take something fairly capable. What do we have? We could try the Boron. Yeah, I want to try the new International. Where's that? There it is. I like the engine noise this thing has. Should we keep the flatbed or should we put a sideboard on? I really like the look of the flatbed, but the sideboard's probably safer, but yeah. Let's take a little bit of risk here. Oh yeah, I love the sound of this thing. This thing's struggling pretty good though. This is definitely like a Michigan truck. This would be perfect for Michigan. Or just one of the less serious maps. Yeah, this thing's struggling more than the Ziks was. That's actually pretty comical. We may need to get the Ziks out to tow this thing. Turn on the beacons. I know some people leave the beacons off because it annoys people. If somebody's watching this video and it does annoy you, you know, let me know. I'll try to keep them off in the future. But you know, until somebody actually does watch the video that it annoys them, I'm gonna leave them on because to me it's cool. It makes you think like, hey, this is probably what they would do in real life. You know, if you're doing something serious or dangerous, you'd probably have your beacons on, right? So yeah, this is fairly slow going here, but should speed up fairly quick once we get through this first bit here. But we will see. We may have to call in another vehicle. I think. Yeah, there we go. throw on the headlights right now. It's still a little bit dark here. Oh. For some reason I had in my head that was solid ice, but I should have known by the giant crack right there. But yeah, this is why you definitely stay close to the rocks. If you stay close to the rocks, you're fine. But if you get away from them in the slightest, you're going to start facing braking ice. Just turn the all-wheel drive off, save a little bit of fuel. Oh, easy does it. Just sliding like crazy, even with chains. Yeah, I do enjoy the sound effects of this truck. It sounds really meaty. Throw on the diffs. You can always tell if you kick it into higher gear if it's not really spinning too much. And then if it really starts spinning, then you always kick it to lower gear. Okay, that's not helpful at all. Got to the ice. Now we can shift to the auto. The horn's fairly nice too for this truck. It's not like, you know, the best horn in the game, but it's got a good truck sounding horn to it. Compared to some like the Tega. It's a car horn on that one. Let's watch the tire poppers here. These concrete pads that they got laying here supposedly make the road better. I'd probably rather not have them, to be honest with you. Let's get our service spare parts. We just need 2 of those. Yeah, I do really like the look of this flatbed. It looks nice. It looks like what you'd have in real life. You know, you really don't see too many trucks on the highway, at least where I live, with like a sideboard. You know, like you either see full-on flatbed like this, or like, you know, a big full-on enclosed truck trailer, or at least a fully enclosed one with like flaps on the sides, like, you know, rubber flaps to like keep all the cargo dry and safe and stowed away. Some lumber trucks I've seen kind of have that kind of deal going. But most of the time you see just trucks like this with just big long flatbeds and the cargo strapped down. So this feels a little more realistic to real life, at least to me. You know, like at the lumber yard that my family has, we have some, actually some of them are international trucks, but they're only 4x4s with duals in the back, but it does have a little crane similar to this. It's painted black, not yellow, but basically the exact same looking truck, just a lot smaller, that we make deliveries with, so it's pretty cool. I've never actually been in one of those trucks with the cranes on. I have been in the smaller trucks. They don't have a crane, but it has four-wheel drive and all the rest of it. It's a little Chevy C. I say little. It's a big truck, but it's a C4500, I believe. Got a big Chevrolet diesel engine in it. Hauls great. I have driven that one. We've actually used it to get hay up from our neighbors. So yeah, it works pretty good. Of course, now I don't really get to drive the trucks anymore because I'm always loading them instead of just getting to drive them, which is kind of the unfortunate good thing about getting older. You don't get to necessarily just do the fun stuff. You know? Of course, in the last few years, we don't actually use that truck. We don't need as much hay as we used to, so we just use my pickup and a little utility trailer behind it. And fit about 30, 40 bales, 50 bales on that. So square bales, that is, not round bales. I don't know. Well, maybe a semi-trailer that you can fit 30, 40 round bales on. that'd be a lot. Maybe 8 or 10, maybe 20. But yeah, no, you could probably fit 1 or 2 on that trailer that I'm referring to. It's like a, I guess, a 12-foot trailer or something like that. I don't know. Single axle. But yeah, anyway, enough about that. So yeah, this truck with this flatbed reminds me of that. So it's kind of why I'm using it. We don't have sideboards. We have actually built like wooden panels for the sides of the truck sometimes, you know, for like pick up a load of gravel, or you know, using them to take off like trash, garbage, like roofing material or something. But most of the time, we just yeah, they're just flatbeds. Ooh, got flipped it there. Yeah, this truck's doing really good on all this ice. Seems to handle pretty well. I mean, it's not as good as the Tega because it doesn't have diff lock always on, or all-wheel drive always on, but you know, sometimes it's actually nice to be able to take all that stuff off. Just go for it. Yeah, she took 1 damage there, just like the Tega. That's fine. Even though we smacked it a good bit harder. Probably could cut through that, but it's fairly narrow. This is just the safe way to go. You don't have to worry about getting stuck at all. It takes a few more seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and stick it into diff lock here, because it just makes this a little bit faster. Not gonna gain anything from being an automatic. Shift it down a little bit. She's starting to spin, and yeah, this is really where you can tell where some trucks are set apart from others. Like this has like off-road, all-terrain kind of tires on it, whereas the Tega has like muds that are chained, and they just tend to have a lot more grip. But I mean, still, it's doing just fine. It's not like it's not going to make it. It's just, you can tell it's a little bit slower, even though it's not even pulling a trailer. But yeah, it's perfectly fine. So let's get done with this, and then I believe there's a second part to this mission. So we'll see what that ends up being. Kind of got a bad traffic jam here. Selfish trucks are taking up the whole road, making me go over here in the mud. To actually put the diffs on to get over here. Tega, you selfish truck, you should have let me come there. Yeah, I'm actually getting stuck. That's pretty amazing. But it's good to know. Alright, so stage completed. Yeah, so there's nothing else to bring. We don't need anything else. So what we can do, we'll just recover this guy. We don't need him right now. And we need to pick up this trailer. So the trailer is over here, as I mentioned in the last video. It's right here in the complete corner, southeast corner of the map. So we could take the Glob, or the Azov, or I'm going to take the Tega. It's fast, it's furious, it's... No, I'm kidding. No, it is probably the fastest truck we've got. I mean, the Azov's not slow. I should probably just take the Azov. I don't know. Let's attempt it with this. It may make things go faster or slower. I mean, if the Tega gets stuck, then we'll come back to either the Claw or the Azov. But yeah, the Tega should make this work a little quicker with the high range gearbox it's got. Hopefully we have enough fuel. Now, speaking of fuel, rather than risking it, let's just grab a little bit here. No sense in taking a risk that's unnecessary, right? Excuse me. Ow. I hate how it completely locks you out of controlling your truck once you get into that fuel zone. let's get on with it. Put it in high range. High range is really good with the high range gearbox. In most trucks, it just has a good pace to it. It's not overly quick, where you're going to have a wreck, but it's not slow like in most trucks. So I prefer staying in high range over leaving it in automatic, because as you can see, it takes off. You're going to have a wreck if you go at that absolute ridiculous speeds. I mean, I don't care what road you're on, unless you're on like the airport or something doing a jump. Probably gonna flip it. I mean, even at high range here, we're jumping around like crazy on this semi-rough terrain. And the good thing about the high range is, with a truck with a decent amount of power, you can kind of slow down, just hit the throttle. You can see the exhaust, how I'm smacking it with the keys. Kind of just keeps it at a little bit lower rate. Ow. It gets a little more manageable, but again, sometimes you lose control and smack into a telephone pole. So here it says road closed, clearly, so we're just going to go around here. Shouldn't be an issue. Came around through here with the claw, no problem, but again, the claw's a beast. I'm going to put it in automatic here. Careful, sometimes this stuff gets deep quickly and flip your truck over, especially if it's like a twin steer. That thing's the king of flipping over. I've out of all the trucks in the game, I probably flipped the twin steer over more than any other. Excuse me. It's just the nature of that truck being so long and not exactly super wide. It just flips over so easily. I mean, it's not A and K levels of flipping, but it definitely likes to flip, so you gotta be careful of that. Whereas something like the Tega here just always seems to be firmly planted, and you have to really, you know, put it out of its element for it to want to tip over. So yeah, this was the part. Whoa. This was the part I was a little worried about, with maybe needing something more like an Azov to get through, but yeah, this is no problem. Plenty of grip here, just failure of the transmission to find the gear that it likes to go up this hill in. So yeah, there's another warehouse in here. Nothing really of interest here other than this trailer. You're probably never going to come back here again. So we'll turn on the beacon since we're kind of doing somewhat of a recent maneuver here. Reversing to a trailer. Oh. I forgot there was a building around this corner. I mean, I've never been here, but I saw a video, and I should have known, but I was paying attention. Anyway, yeah, you can launch the trailer too. You can just slam on the brakes and hook it up. Good to go. Use the good old, what is that called, a pin handle? I don't know. I mean, I can't remember what that's called. I've heard it talked about, but I can never remember. Whoa, kind of a freak out of the camera there. I can never remember what it's called. I think it's a pin handle. Hitch there. They use on all bigger trailers that are not like goosenecks or fifth wheels. Oh yeah, and by the way, I don't know, I'm sure most of you may or may not know this. If you're curious what the difference between a gooseneck and a fifth wheel is, I couldn't figure it out for years. I was like, it looks the same. They both go up over the back of the truck. Seem to be a bit stuck here. See if any of these useless trees want to help out. Oh, as you finally decided to winch to the one thing that would pull you through your jump. Anyway, yeah, back to the gooseneck. So basically, a gooseneck is like a regular trailer ball, like that you have on the back of your truck. Um, but it's just mounted in the bed. Where's my mouse? Barely see it. It's just mounted in the bed, more like a fifth wheel, but it's still got a trailer ball that it attaches to. Yeah, it just is basically a trailer ball mounted in the back of your truck. Whereas a fifth wheel, ooh, excuse me, too sleepy. Pardon my yawns. A fifth wheel actually has a mounting point here, and then the trailer ball, I guess you could say, is actually mounted on the trailer, and it's got the kingpin, as they call it. And that's actually what holds the trailer up and all the rest of it, rather than the trailer ball. Just pull over that useless tree. And yeah, this is a good tip too. Just always try to stay near trees, telephone poles, and anything winchable. Because if you do get stuck, you can winch to something. Try to pull yourself out, unless you flipped over and you don't have an engine anymore, and you don't have a autonomous winch. And you're gonna have to. Whoa! I'm paying attention there, trying to untangle my headset cord here. Anyway, yeah. At least that way you can try to pull yourself out. And yeah, this road's pretty much a piece of cake as long as you avoid the rocks, and chain tires make it a lot easier. I made it in the clob, but it was one of these hills here. It wasn't this one. It was, I believe, the next one. It started spinning and just couldn't get any traction to go up through here. Yeah, it's the next one. Stay to the left or the right, depending on which direction you're coming from, on this bridge, because it's tilted down, so you don't want to slide off. Let's just fling the trailer around. Good thing trailers don't take damage in this game. That would be a nightmare. Just imagine the trailer being slammed or having popped tires. They seem to be indestructible, which is good. Yeah. It was this hill here. It'd get about to right here, and it would just start spinning. I took a good run up to it and hooked up to a telephone pole. Finally got up through there, but yeah, it was a little bit tricky. Chain just completely take that part out of the equation. So yeah, just get this trailer down through here. And yeah, that's the end of it. Once you get this in here, this gateway should be unlocked. There you go. Thank you for all your work. We clear the path and reinforce the ceiling of the tunnel to prevent future accidents. And you get a good amount of XP and a chunk of cash. That's a lot of cash for most missions. And yeah, the gateway's unlocked. So now we can go after the Ziks 605R at this point. So go up to our trailer here. No sense in leaving it. We'll get that fuel trailer at some point, or we may just leave it there as a repairing unit. But again, since this gateway's right here in the garage, it's supposed to be just inside the gateway, we shouldn't really have to worry about repairs after this. So yeah, that's how you finish the heap of work mission. Yeah, now we're going to Cosmodrome. So if you just wanted to know how to unlock the gateway, but you don't want to know how to get to the Ziks, you want to leave leave this video now because spoilers are going to happen, and yeah, you're going to find where the Ziks is if you're that kind of guy. So yeah, we'll just wait for this to load up, and we'll get there. Ah, listen to that nice music. Didn't want to say anything because I really wanted to enjoy that music. That was a nice tune. That poor excavator just left in the ice. That makes me want to pull it out of there so bad because that's a nice machine, or at least it was. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't run anymore. Maybe that's why they left it. Anyway, so yeah, here we are. We're in Urska River. This is the map. Finally, actually get to look at it. Haven't actually had it unlocked clearly because we just unlocked it. Interesting. There's a repair bay that's already visible. So yeah, apparently the garage is just up ahead. So let's go find it before we run out of fuel. What is this? There's a mission here. I think it's for logs. I don't even want to know the shape or our cargo would be if you try to go over that crossing right now. Just bring a few logs here and I'll have someone finish the crossing for you. Interesting. Let's accept it. You always accept a task. Don't ever leave it without accepting it. And you don't have to start tracking it if you're trying to do something else, but yeah, you can not worry about it. Wow, that's I can see what he means about the whole crossing thing. That's pretty soupy there. Just throw it in low, get a little bit more traction out of it. I'd really like to attach this post here, if you don't mind. Yeah, that's pretty soupy. Any chance we could connect up to something else that's gonna let us move? Really like. What? Why does it do this? Sometimes it randomly does this, and I don't understand what the point is. Like, I'm trying to hook it up to something, and it just doesn't do it. Really annoying, and I don't understand why it does that. It's like it's trying to use like the console version of the winching system. But it just kind of fails to do that. So. Come on. We can do this. Oh, I think we're about to get up out of it. Just winch a little further, maybe. There we go. Man, well, that was a... Look at the crater. Absolute mess that is. So yeah, we need some wood. Apparently that's over here. There's a log trailer there. There's another log trailer here. Not sure if there's any actual wood on this map. That's curious. But yeah, we definitely need to get that fixed soon. That's quite the pull to get through there. Be curious to see how the Azov does going through that. Yeah, we can just fly along here, and there's the garage. Let's see if we can not fly off the road. We'll just stick it in high range, a little more controllable. And yeah, there's a landslide here. We'll just grab the task again. Never pass up the task. Let's see. It says, looks like the main road is going to be a problem. I think it'd be easier to just clear that one out than to look for an alternate route. So let's get cracking. Indeed, indeed. Let's go ahead and track that. So yeah, we need 1 metal beams for that. Not sure where we're going to get that. Hopefully there's some on this map though, because again, Urska River metal beams are in limited supply, so you know we could bring one over if we need to, absolutely, but it's not something that I really look forward to doing if we don't have to. Right then, let's get this garage unlocked. Looks like we got some trailers here. Not sure what that is. Looks like wood, maybe. Sideboard discovered. It does kind of look like wood. Don't know what it is precisely though. So, let's sell this trailer. We don't need it. We can get another one or whatever we need to do. So there's one easy way to figure out what this is, and that is to activate this mission again. So it looks like the wood does not have wood on it. I'm not sure what that is. Looks maybe it's concrete bricks. I don't know, but it's not what we need right now. So lost but not forgotten. You got a minute? Back in my day, my grandpa got his truck stuck in the swamp nearby. It's been there for years now, but I'm wondering if something can still be done about it. No, it's a TUZ, of course. So there's a village there, and the truck is way out there. That'll be a fun mission, maybe for the Tatarin or the Ziks, once we get it unlocked. So yeah, let's just recover the garage. Nice and toasty in here. So the good news is we really don't have to even worry about that crossing to for the most part, because we can just come to this garage if we need to get on this map. Yeah, but obviously if we need to bring wood or whatnot, we can do that for sure. Let's hop in the Tatarin. And well, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys. I said earlier I would show it to you, so I'm going to show you how the ice is on the right side, the eastern side of the ice there where we were crossing with the Azov and the Tega earlier. So that was a big bang. Yeah, so you can see behind the glob there where we crossed. It's kind of patched itself back together from reloading the game, but yeah, that's usually where you want to try to cross, because it's the narrowest point between the two solid patches of ice. But as you can clearly see, it's not solid in the slightest, and this entire part here is breakable, and even right here is breakable. Basically everywhere right there is breakable. And yeah, breakable ice is not fun. That's why I brought the glob over here to bring things through that. But again, you can just go this way, and it's a lot easier and safer. Really, you don't even have to make that ridiculous turn right there. That also makes it sometimes difficult. But yeah, just to show you this, the ice is not all solid over here, so don't just go waltzing around thinking that you're 100% safe. You're definitely not safe. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, let's see. I guess I'd like to take the Tatarin to kind of do this rescue, maybe in co-op with another vehicle of some sort. Get off the rock. See, this is why you don't want to come this way. Is these rocks just make it a royal pain, even for something as capable as the Tataran. Which the Tataran's main problem is rocks, but you know, it's definitely one of the most capable vehicles in the game, even with rocks. So if it's struggling that much, you definitely don't want to take a big cargo truck over all that. So yeah, we'll just take this over there. Well, you know what? We can just save time. We'll just recover it, stick it in the stowage, and yeah, we can get in the Colob. And like I mentioned earlier, we can grab that trailer, get it out of there. Some guys just like to leave trailers everywhere, you know. And if you're in late game, you don't need money, and you're just trying to have fun. You know, maybe it's an okay idea to leave trailers laying around, but for me, you know, it probably makes the game lag to some extent. You know, I don't think it like slows you down too much, but you know, if you have enough, it slows you down, and plus it just clutters up the map for me. You know, like it's like, oh, what's this? Oh, there's a trailer there, and a truck, and another trailer. It's just clutters up your map, makes it hard to tell exactly what you're looking at. So I always like to clean up after myself, I guess is what I'm saying. So yeah, we will hook this up. Oh, and I guess we need to take the Azol through too as well. I forgot about that. So yeah, that's one good thing about the Colob is even though it only takes high saddle and not low saddle, you can actually use it to haul just regular towable trailers like this. So yeah, there is that option as well. But you just can't tow ones like that, which is unfortunate. So yeah, let's just get through here. We don't need the Colob down there to help anymore. And yeah, we'll just wait for the map to load. This is the one part of the game that's a little frustrating, is waiting for this map to load. I mean, I get that they can't just make the maps absolutely huge. Your computer would blow up trying to run all 4 of these maps at one time, but it is a little bit of an issue. But again, you know, it just gives you time to rest and think and enjoy a pretty picture like this. And read the interesting facts they have down the bottom. So what we may end up doing is actually leaving this Colob here to pull vehicles through the mud swamp that is right here. We'll see how it does through it. I mean, obviously I want to get it fixed at some point, but getting wood over here is clearly not the easiest thing. Wow. Oh. I see we hit the wood on the sides there. Slow it down. Wow, this is some serious stuff. Is the active suspension up? It is, wow. Imagine how bad this would be without it. This is literally the width of the Colob. Makes that pretty difficult. So yeah, this thing got through that pretty good. But yeah, that's some serious mud. Yeah, I think I will leave this here. Maybe not necessarily with the fuel trailer, but I mean, I guess we can leave it with the fuel trailer so that it has a way to fuel itself. Until we actually get a truck in here that can help us with that wood, which may be the next thing I do. I don't know. I'd really like to get the Ziks unlocked, but I kind of want to get this wood taken care of as well. So yeah, we'll just leave that trailer there, kind of out of the way, and well, we'll just park the Glob on the other side here. Right there, handy. Alright, so yeah, let's, I want to get the Azov through, but we'll leave it for now since we're already loaded on the map. And what I'm going to do is go to the garage, and let's get the Tega out. And what we need is like 600 fuel, or no, like 600 liters of fuel and a lot of repair points. So let's go ahead and uninstall this and the crane, and we will put on, this can't take the, okay. We'll take a service body add-on. How much repairs does this thing have? Let's take a look. 150 and 32 liters of fuel. So that'll help, but again, we may have to use some of it. Getting there. But I'm definitely taking this thing to make this as easy as possible. So we'll leave that there. But I want to take, well, I have to take something else for the fuel needs, and it'd be nice to have something with chains on it as well, so that we can make it across any ice that we got to deal with. So we get to either take the Voron. The reason I've not used the Voron, I know everybody really likes this truck pretty good, is I can't put these 50-inch wheels on it yet because I don't have the suspension, which is in Tamir. And yeah, I just haven't finished completely unlocking all that stuff. So yeah. We could take the Tega. Let's take the, oh, not the Ziks, for crying out loud. No, let's take the Azov 5.3 with the fuel add-on. How much does that hold? 370 and 300 repair points. Yeah, it's pretty close, but I don't think that's enough. So we'll just take the frame body and the we'll get a trailer. That's what we'll do. Got our spare wheel. Not that we need it with the service body, but still. So we could probably make it all the way without the Tatterin, but I feel like I should take it just as a backup. So yeah, we're gonna bring, well, the service body should have enough repairs, but we'll take the, oh, where is it? The maintenance trailer. It's somewhere. There it is, at the bottom. Yeah, that's got plenty. And then if we take the Tatterin with us, we should be good. So, hold on a minute. I'm going to take a quick look at MapRunner and see what I need to do. So we'll just be right back. 1 second. Okay, so we're back, and I've just looked at MapRunner because I was trying to figure out exactly what we needed to get done so that we could get to the Ziks. So this rock slide is in our way. There's not really any way to get around it. There is this direction here, but it looks pretty rough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Tattern real quick and just run up here and grab this watch point, and that'll kind of open this up just to kind of see what it looks like. Maybe we could go this way and get the Ziks, because the Ziks is like down here. And yeah, there is some metal beams at this town storage down here. But again, that's a really long ways. And it may be faster just to go back to Urska River and get some metal beams from the other place, but we'll see. So yeah, let's just hop in the Tattern real quick and go exploring. So yeah, this is the road we're going to. And it's getting night again. Please turn. I know you don't have chains on, but please turn. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this thing, it has the best mud statistics in the game, and mud is basically what snow is mapped as or coded as. So like snow is literally just mud that's been coated to look white, which kind of takes away from it, but it's definitely some interesting stuff to deal with. But yeah, mud tires are actually just as good on snow when I was a kid as chained, or as good as they are in mud. They're as good in snow. Kind of makes sense. It's a similar kind of thing. It's just more slick and icy. Wow, yeah, this is quite the road here. I definitely wouldn't want to try to take any lesser vehicle up through here. Chained would be nice, I must say. But I think maybe with a little help from the winch we can make it. We'll just have to see. Maybe we could come this way, now that I'm looking at it, but I feel like it'd be better to move that landslide. But I mean, if we're gonna get a vehicle big enough, bad enough to go this way, for example, to get the metal beams, then we might as well just go get the Ziks unlocked, and then we can unlock that with the Ziks later, which would probably do a better job than anything else at this point. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, the watchtower's right here. This wasn't too bad. I mean, it's definitely not something you probably want to try to take a collab up or anything. Or the twin steer. But yeah, for this thing, no problem. Oh wow, promoted. Yeah, that's quite the watchtower. Don't know if I trust that thing. Knee deep. What is that, a Ziks? Yeah, that's a Ziks, wow. Told you Zikses were the best vehicles in the game for this. Wow, that's a steep one there. Oh, interesting. So you can just go up this road. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. You don't actually have to come this way at all. That was completely pointless. Okay. Good to know. So our collab is actually lined up perfectly to go that way. Okay, good. So yeah, let's get on with the road train. We'll just hop in the A's off and head to unlock our Ziks. This is exciting. I'm really excited for this truck because again, the way I've tackled this game is, I don't know, there's probably quite a few people that do this, but I've not really focused that much on contracts for the most part. I mean, I've done some. Stupid trees. I just want to hook up to the A's off. So yeah, we've got probably enough fuel here. I probably should just have put like a fuel tanker on the Azov, but I just didn't want it to be as heavy as that would make it, so I didn't. Wow, this thing's really sliding around. I think it'd be better to pull this with the Azov. Look at that slide. Would make more sense if you ask me, because this has chains, so it's not going to slip across the road as much. I just want to do this, if you don't mind. This thing uses more fuel, it's the only negative, but we should be fine. Look at it just sliding. That is quite funny. Maybe it'd be better to hook up to this side. Oh, that's what it's doing. It's whichever side you pull it from, it's getting pulled towards. Interesting. So yeah, again, I reckon we probably don't even need the Tatterin, but I feel like we're probably gonna flip over something at some point. That would just make it all that much easier. Let's turn on its engine. That'll make things a lot easier. Until it decides to drive into the bloody tree. Why would it go all the way back to Kalam? Let's try driving this thing now that we're not on the icy road. Hopefully it will do a little better. Look at this thing, it just does not care. Absolute beast, that's why I brought it. Because the A's off with the chains. Stop with the damage. Look at this thing. Just jumping around like a frickin' jumping bee. There we go. What is it stuck on now? Oh, the freaking Azov stuff. I was like, why is this thing spinning? It's that bendy frame making that thing stick over. Kind of like the fuel trailer there. Really? I knew that was going to happen. As soon as I saw that tree, I was like, it's going to get hung. Oh wow, this looks interesting. Again, with the terrible parking brake. Yeah, you just sit there and let the ice break under you, you'll be fine. It's impressive the amount of fuel this thing burns. I'm honestly worried about this. I feel like we're gonna sink and die, but maybe we won't. Why do I have the map facing this way? So yeah, Stargazer is right around here somewhere. So we just need to get through here. So we're just gonna go up this way and up through here. Looks like the best route. There's another tunnel there. I don't know if that really goes anywhere. We'll find out. Well, let's just go for it. Let's see. Seems to be fairly shallow. This is gonna be tight. But this thing doesn't care too much. I just hope we have enough fuel. That's why I brought the Tatter in, because I was worried about the fuel. I think that this trailer has more than enough for the Ziks and to refuel these guys, but the Tattering is just our extra little bit just to make sure we get there, right? That's literally all it is just to make sure we get there. This is the main unit for this whole deal. We probably don't even need the maintenance add-on. It's just a little extra, you know, maybe we get this thing completely damaged out or something. Like that. That's one way to do it. I love how this thing just starts moving. It's not even fired up yet. Let's see if we can just slide her along through there. Oh yeah, this thing just glides along. This thing is honestly, I think the best description for this thing is driving a boat on land. That's literally what this, I mean, it is an amphibious vehicle, I suppose, but like the steering feels very boat-like. It's like it doesn't really want to start turning until it's like too late. and it just kind of glides along everything. Doesn't really take too much trouble to do most of it, except for rocks. And yeah, it's just kind of like driving a big floppy boat on land, but it just doesn't stop. It's kind of like a boat until it meets the rocky sea. So yeah. Oh wow, that gets deep quick. Let's see, maybe if we stick to the left side, we will make it. Yeah, the right side looks way worse. Is this kind of solid more over here? I mean, what else am I supposed to do? Clearly there's not really another way around this. I mean, clearly you have to cross right here. Okay, I think the issue we're running into is the lack of chains, so let's see what these all do. Wow, look at that shine. That's crazy. Wow. Absolutely swallowed. Yeah, that was not expected. Yeah, we're gonna have to send in some kind of rescue vehicle. We don't need to store. We need to. Where is our cat? Did I sell the cat? Like, I'm legit. Now we have one. Where is the bloody thing? Must be on another map somewhere. I'm actually curious now. Which map is it on? Is it on Michigan? Kola Peninsula? Yukon. Yeah, that must be where it is. Something there too. Oh, that's just the telehandler guy. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Yeah, there's the cat. Well, it's literally just sitting at the garage. I want that thing back. um, yeah, it's not like it's on a mission or anything. I guess I was gonna take it somewhere to do something, but clearly it's not doing anything right now. So yeah, I could probably use the Kolob, but it's just the nature of the Kolob just tends to get stuck in ice and whatnot, so we're just going to grab the cat. We could use the Antarctic. I could have just bought that, but I'm not a real fan of the Antarctic. I get that it's the Antarctic, which is supposed to be like really good for, you know, the whole northern, you know, Antarctic, hence the name. But it just tends to not perform as well as the cat. The only advantage it really has is a snorkel. So if you are going deep sea fishing, probably you want to take the Antarctic because it does have a rooftop snorkel, so it's going to go wherever you want it to, but the cat overall is better just for everything else, basically. Unless you're like trying to do something specific like haul cargo with it, but again, I'd much rather take something else like maybe a twin steer, unless it's just like impossible. And I mean, now really the Ziks is probably the new Antarctic for the most part. I'll use the Ziks for the most part, and then maybe the Antarctic, you know, or the cat for the rest of it, you know, if it's absolutely necessary. So let's make sure we got all the best tires on here, everything we should. I mean, yeah. And we got fuel, so we could probably ditch the Azov if we needed to. Or at least the fuel trailer. Yeah, these tires, the number 2 tires, are the best. These are better for off-road, like dirt, so maybe you want to put those on a less muddy terrain. This is more the highway tire, so it's just average. And then these are good for the worst mud, and then these are just kind of the lesser version of these, so just get the 2s. What kind of customization does this thing have? Oh, it actually does have different rims, but I like the cat rims the best. You can put stickers and whatnot on there. No paint job though, it's a cat. Alright, let's head out. We got plenty of fuel, plenty of everything you could possibly want, so let's get on the road and go rescue our trucks. Yeah, I had no idea how bad that was. But yeah, next to the Ziks that we're fixing to unlock, this is the probably most capable truck next to the Antarctic. They're kind of like, wow. The Antarctic and the cat are kind of like twins. They both are basically the same scenario. They both have the same tires, are both articulated. The cat just seems to handle a little better. The front end doesn't seem to wander around as much as the Azov or the Antarctic. Oh, it's an Azov Antarctic. The only issue is the air intake is right there at the front corner, so it can't really go too deep in water. I mean, it's a tall truck, so it can go fairly deep, but just not nearly as deep as some other ones. And yeah, both trucks lack chain tires, so they really struggle on the ice and whatnot, but the tires and everything are so big, it really doesn't have too many issues. As long as it can find some mud or snow, it can get plenty of traction. As you can see there, as soon as we put in the diffs, it just starts moving. It's slow, but it's a beast. Definitely keep it in your arsenal. It's not just one of those trucks you unlock and then just sell so you can get something else. It's definitely more capable than the Kolob there. The Kolob has diff lock and all-wheel drive always on, but I mean, just look at the difference in the tires. Like, those are a good bit smaller. So So yeah, this is the best. Plus it has the articulation, which can actually oftentimes help you get unstuck, especially with ice and whatnot. So hopefully this will be our rescue vehicle. That's the hope anyway. We'll see what actually happens when we get there. But yeah, it's ticking along pretty good. It's pretty thirsty. I mean, it goes a long ways, but it's fairly thirsty. But that's why we have a fuel carrier on it, so make sure we get there. Cabin view in this thing's pretty odd too, because you sit in the middle. I mean, most other trucks you always sit off to the side, but with this thing, you sit in the middle, more like a tractor, I guess. So yeah, here's our first ice bit that the Azov actually had to get us through. And as you can see, this thing, it's just, the tires are so big, it just crushes the ice and just keeps going. It doesn't really get stuck whatsoever in the ice there. But we'll see what it does when we get right up here to this absolute little swamp. And yeah, the articulation really helps. Like there, you know, it's able to keep its front straight, level with the ground, and then the rears are able to independently keep level with the ground. That's what's so great about having articulation. It's also what's annoying though, is like, you know, you can't just turn. You gotta turn the whole thing, and sometimes it can get in the way. Alright, here's our little party down here. Cat's just rolling up, just like, hey, what do you do this guy's doing? Whoa! So yeah, first thing, I'm just gonna try to pull the Azov out of the way. Let's see if the cat's actually gonna help us or not. He's like reversing into the rock like an absolute idiot. Yeah, this trailer's really making it a pain. Yeah, you see what I mean with like the articulation. I can't hardly get it to back up the way I want it to. Stick in the diffs. There we go. And then it's such a hard thing to turn around. Took some damage there. Thankfully we got so many fuel and repair points right here, it's kind of silly. Yeah, here's another example. Like I can't turn to get off of this trailer. I do not care. We will jump this if we have to. Okay, there we go. Wow. Let's see how this thing rolls through here. Like absolute butter. Look at this beast. Yep, it's just that articulation just lets you waller through all this. There we go, we got some full-on traction. Listen to that sweet whistle. Alright, let's see if we can get it through here. See what I mean? Like, just get your nose down. Stop trying to spin around like a weirdo. Oh, is this completely ice? Yeah, this is completely ice. Wow. I've never seen it do that. Okay. Just stay there while we get the our other friend out. I'm actually curious. Let's hop into the Azov and see. Yeah, she's completely stuck. Not quite. It's literally just that articulation that lets you slide backwards. There we go. Right now we're just kind of having to shove all that ice out of the way of the front of the Azov there. So yeah, you're definitely going to want to bring the cat with you on this expedition, if you choose to go this way. Again, it probably would have been smarter to go and fix the iron, or fix the landslide with the iron beams, but, you know, this is more fun, right? I love it when this thing really gets to working. We can just... look at it, it's just like, come on, Azov! You got this. It's still spinning. There we go, we got the first step up. I really don't want to shove it back into the water. Maybe we can use that to kind of pull us around, maybe? There we go, that's what I was wanting, is to just kind of get right there. And yeah, as soon as you get out of the ice, the Azov is able to just go, so. Yeah, everything's starting to run low on fuel to some extent. So let's get in that cat, and no, that's the Azov. The cat, and let's just refuel everybody real quick while we're here. First we'll get itself some fuel, then we'll get the Tatterin some fuel. Can we not? Okay, we can't refuel the Azov from here, that's kind of dumb. Let's see if that's close enough. Are you serious? Okay. We'll do it this way. That's fine. That's basically what we were wanting to do. So, now we're going to get into the Azov. We're going to attempt this insanely steep hill. Listen to that thing spool up. Stupid rock is messing with us. Tatterin, did you bring this rock up here? There we go. We can just just get past this rock. What is wrong? Let's try that. Looks like the wheels are locked up on that side. Wow. Never seen that before. That's it. Start spinning them wheels. Wow, I've never seen something just not have enough power. Oh, okay, let's not do that. Is my trailer's like stuck? Okay, let's attach up to that again. I've never seen these wheels lock up like this. Oh! There's a bloody piece of ice inside the truck! What is that? How is it still running? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna restart the game so that chunk of ice gets out from the suspension. I did not notice that. I kept looking at those tires and I was like, why is the truck not moving? But it literally has a piece of ice wedged into the suspension. And yeah, that's why it won't move. So yeah, just get rid of that. We're just going to reload it. It'll reset everything like that to some extent. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to fire the ace off back up and actually get this done. This is taking quite some time. Okay, we're back. And that stupid piece of ice is gone. So let's fire this thing up. Thank goodness it didn't stay stuck. And yeah, it's able to drive now. Miracle. I wondered, I was like, why is this thing not driving? Yeah, the cat's breaking the ice there. So let's see what the Tattering can do. It does not like this road at all. Okay, that's not what I wanted to happen. Wow, this is so slick. Oh, did I get that rock underneath me? Come on. Oh, I did. That's great. We moved further down. Look at how slick that is. That is literally nothing but like pure black ice. Unbelievable. So... Oh no, 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 no! Stop! Turn on the engine! Come on, you got this. Get up through here. It seems the Tatteran is trying to help in some form or fashion. Okay. What we're gonna have to do is take this trailer up here and dump it off somewhere. Hopefully there's room. And come back for the Tatteran, if we even need to come back for it. Probably just abandon it there, but... Yeah, this truck is struggling to get itself in this trailer up here, and it's not wanting to pull the Tatteran up through here with no help from the Tatteran whatsoever. Okay, yeah, it looks like there's room up here to park this trailer off to the side somewhere. Let's see, maybe we can pull it kind of up here somewhere. Really not want it I don't really want it facing that way, but that's fine. Let's grab this here. Legendary from civilization isn't stuff that's unbelieved. Just remember to keep your reserves. You really need sneaking. Speaking of which, I could do some spare fuel for my generator if you could lend a hand. Yeah, we can do that. Just not right now, bud. We need all the fuel that we can get. So yeah, I guess that's his like fuel storage for his generator and everything, and then he just lives up here in these tiny little shacks. Crazy. So yeah, I do want to go back and get the Tatteran just so that we have it, you know, in case this thing flips over or whatever. We have the Tatteran available to pull it over again, so long as the Tatteran doesn't get stuck. So let's just reverse down through here. I'm not gonna drive down through here because then I'd have to reverse all the way. Stop! Oh my word. Alright, let's just get it up through here. I just needed a little bit of momentum. Why is this thing being so stubborn? Like, come on, man. There we go. There we go. Come on. Just keep pulling. Man, that Tatteran. It's a heavy girl. I mean, this truck is no slouch, and it's absolutely pinned the floor, and it's just like, no, I don't want to do this. Well, I think the Tatteran may have found a tiny bit of grip there. Yeah, look how much fuel this is taking just to get up through here. Imagine if I hadn't refueled. There we go, the Tatteran's able to find some traction, finally. Oh my word, man. That's an absolute nightmare. Why can't I winch to the front of this bloody trailer? Like, all I want to do is grab onto the front and yank it towards me. And they just say, no, you can't do that. Even though I clearly get to it. Do you want to do that now? Oh, now it just randomly does it. Isn't that genius? Get over here. You little turd. Look at the Tattering. Look at what I'm doing too. That's kind of important. Wow, this is way up here. The Tattering's shoving us along. It's hilarious. Makes you wonder who should be towing who, right? Now we've got some distance. So yeah, like I said, you definitely need chain tires. You're not making it. I mean, if the Tattering can't make it without chains, then you know you need chains. I mean, if the Tattering can't make it, then you know you need chains. That's basically. Look at how it just slid right exactly where we wanted it. Yeah, this looks like the other side of the icy hill. Ooh, that was painful. Oh. Yeah, the Tattering is just absolutely plowing into the... Oh wow, the Tattering just flipped over. Hopefully it'll right itself eventually. Like right there. Oh! That hurt. That hurt a lot. Poor Tattering. Okay, so... we're gonna do that, and we're gonna refuel. Hopefully we have enough. I'm starting to get a bit worried. Let's just fix this thing up. Wow, that completely used all the repairs. It's a good job we brought that cat. That cat saved the day with the fuel, I think. Wow, this is sloppy. Look at the Tattering. Even the Tattering is struggling. You know it's pretty bad when the Tattering's having to work for it. Alright, come on. We'll shut the Azov off for now. I really need it to be pulling. Alright, so there's the railroad tracks. Yeah, that doesn't go in here. And yeah, the guy mentioned this was actually the path that you'd want to take is if you were coming from this direction, come up through here, take this railroad track, and then go down through here to get to it. But we just went probably the hardest way I've seen. At least without chains. I mean, obviously if you had chains it wouldn't be an issue, but without chains it was quite the problem. So we'll just turn on the Azov. Going into some pretty soupy looking stuff, so if you hit it with all the speed and whatnot you can. Sorry for the little bit of lag there, it feels like. Frames per second's going down. Must be all the snow. It's quite pretty actually. This thing lean. Hopefully the Azov. Yeah, the Azov's fine. Whoa, where are you going? Crazy rock trying to mess with me. A little bit of sinky ice right here. Make sure the A's off is off as well. I said make sure it's off. Let me take a look at Map Runner. Just to get my bearings. Okay, so the town storage is there. We just came from here. Okay, so yeah, we just need to go that way. Okay. So basically we need to come to this road and go over here, and then the Ziks is like somewhere over here on this island. So let's shut that off. We want the Tatterin to pull us. Turn on the truck and get going. So yeah, the guy, like I mentioned in the last video, How To Gaming, he said that you could literally do what I'm doing right now with the Tega, stock Tega, with all-terrain tires on it. How, I don't know, but that's what the man said. And yeah, you'd have to be a real pro to manage this. I mean, you see how much I'm struggling with, you know, a Tatterin and an Azov, which are probably, well, until the Ziks came into the game, probably some of the best vehicles in the game. Did I not take the right road? I didn't. Whoops. Well, let's take a shortcut. This way. This looks pretty soupy. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Pull me back, Azov. That's really good. Thank you. Maybe we can sneak along the edge here a little better. Wow. Okay, on second thought, wow, this thing's utterly stuck. Okay, let's get the Azov back. Let's back him up. And yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. I can see why you wouldn't want to come this way. So, no, that's not what I'll do. We're gonna use that tree to get our trailer kind of turning around for us. It's a good trick there. Use a winch to get your trailer to turn, because otherwise it's well, it's a pain to get it to go. And tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna detach the trailer facing that way, and then carefully drive off the road. I don't know how soupy that side is, but based on the fact that there's water right there, it's probably gonna get soupy pretty quick. So yeah, let's just not. And now we're gonna pull the Tatterin back to some kind of safety. Oh, not like that. Oh, not that. Thankfully, the Tatterin is not the heaviest vehicle, so we can just do it like so. And yeah, there's another trick, just winch the trailer to you. Puts it right where you need it. Yeah, let's go back this way. So let's quickly grab the Tatterin, whip it around here. And yeah, don't think that's a shortcut. That's a nightmare right there. You may be able to go up this way, but after how deceiving that was, I kind of don't want to risk it. Let's see what this is like. Yeah, that's still pretty soupy. Maybe where those rocks are, it's not too bad. But yeah, who knows what you're gonna deal with the rest of the way, right? So yeah, let's not do that. I don't know how I managed to do that. Just completely took the wrong turn right here. For some reason I had in my head that it was this way, but it's not. Switch on the engine there, days off, help us get across this little icy bit. It's kind of a good little trick there also, you know, just switching the engine on and off to, you know, help you out. If you start getting a little stuck, just switch it on. It'll help you get both trucks through, and then, you know, once you get to the solid terrain, you can switch it off again. Let the other one do all the work. So yeah, this was the road we should have actually been coming from. Coming for, rather. There's a water tower. That's what's crazy about, like, this whole Russian Siberia snow desert, you know, like, pretty much everything you have to have right there at your facility, you know, I mean. Right, so yeah, so I just ended that last video. Kind of abruptly, sorry about that, but, it was getting fairly long. I don't even know how long that one is, but I know it's a good hour or so, so, yeah, anyway, I was just saying, you have to be self-sufficient, and, wherever you are, so, you know, build your own smokestacks and, your own water tower and power and everything. You know, you don't have any other infrastructure to get everything from, so you gotta make it yourself, right? It does make me curious though, like, how do you get a water tower to work in this frigid weather? Like, does it just have a heating system of some sort to keep it from freezing, or does it just not freeze, or do you just melt it, or is it just super insulated? Like, I don't know. It's kind of curious there. Or is that even a water tower? Maybe it's some kind of upright fuel tank. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, we're on our journey, trying to get there. The Tatarans proved exceptionally helpful getting through all this super muddy, snowy bits here. This bridge is a little bit scary, but just, you know, don't gun it too fast. You should be fine. Full speed of the Tataran is a pretty good speed. And yeah, here's a church. Maintaining a church is an honestly tough work, especially without any materials. One kind soul offered their help with that, but couldn't handle the delivery much. Show those in need too. Yeah, we'd be happy to help with that. So there's a little fuel trailer, little trailer with fuel on it. That's good to know. So yeah, the Ziks is just here. Gonna just go through here and yeah. Make our way this way. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn on the Azov's engine because we're basically at the point. We don't have to worry about running out of fuel now, so we're just gonna use it to help get us up through here. You know, it'll shove us and then we'll pull it, so to say. Sometimes I must say though that the Tatarin with its whole sliding around thing is actually kind of helpful. Half the time. The other half it's not. Wow, this is... Let's just unhook that. We're gonna need to do some special maneuvering here. Wow, the quick winch actually did exactly what I wanted it to do for once. Wow, that's quite the stump. Good job, Saber Interactive. You put that stump in the most awkward position you possibly could have. There we go. That's not too bad. Now, before we go running off, let's hop back in the exhaust. Make sure it can get up through here. Make sure we don't need to call a rescue for it. I think it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit more narrow than the Tatarin. Doesn't mean the trailer is though. So we're just gonna winch it to the side. Hopefully, there we go. The winch was holding it back. Yeah, this thing's a beast. Went through here better than the... Yeah, I just want you to hook to the Tatarin in front and pull us. Thank you. And there's the Ziks. Look at that. I didn't even notice it a second ago, but there it is. So let's just get through here. Bounce the trailer off the back of the Tatarin. And yeah, here we are. Something fishy going on right there. Stargazer. They say something fell not far from here before the Cosmodrome was built. Whatever it was, it's not there anymore, but looks like they've left a truck behind. Probably unusable. We still better check. Huh. Looks like a UFO back there, if you ask me. So, you need some repairs, huh? Fully repaired, and we just need a bit of fuel. Now that's one beast of a truck. Something tells me the previous owners aren't looking for it anymore, so we might as well put it to good use. You can say that again. Let's hop in this thing. Look at this! We finally got the Ziks, guys. Wow. Look at it, it's just making the boxes go into the ground. They're so terrifying. Look at this thing. It makes that little Azoth look like a little toy. What a beast. This is gonna make life so much easier. Right then. Well, here's what I propose. Let's recover the Tatarin. Don't need it anymore. The Zik, no, the Azoth. Yeah, we don't really need it here, so we'll just detach that, recover it to the garage, and leave it in there. And then we're just going to hop in the Ziks. Now, the Ziks doesn't have any fuel or repairs on it. You know, I should have put fuel back into the this service trailer from the previous two vehicles I just rescued, but it's okay. But what we're going to do, because again, like I said, I hate leaving trailers and whatnot just randomly scattered across the map, so we're going to use this thing to tow it back. So yeah, that completes the the main point of this video series, though, we got the Ziks unlocked. That was the whole point. Now we can, you know, continue with unlocking the map, getting this rock slide fixed, and everything else. But that concludes this series, guys, on unlocking Cosmodrome, as well as this beast of a Ziks 605R. Yeah, this was pretty cool. Like I said, we're gonna tow this thing back and yeah, recover this thing into the garage, get it all suited out, put some snorkels on it. It's got the best tires, put the best engine on it. What else? You know, whatnot. And yeah, start using this thing. I don't know if we're gonna really stay on these maps. We may go back to like Yukon or whatever. But either way, that will come in the future in future episodes. Well, that's one way to end the video. Flip the brand new truck and trailer, and yeah, this thing doesn't have an autonomous hitch. Something tells me I should have left one of those trucks over here. Oh boy. Well, anyway, that's all for next time. Thanks for watching. Hope you found this useful. I know it was long, but that was the whole point, was to literally show you how to do it. So yeah, if you enjoyed, be sure to give the video a like. If you found it useful, send it to your friends. Anyway, and if you like what I'm doing, I'm probably going to continue making these SnowRunner videos if my internet can handle it. I've actually got one uploading right now, but it's like at, well, let's just check. Yeah, it's at 62%, and I started it last night, so yeah, my internet is not the best for this. But, that's why I don't live stream. I just make videos, so it doesn't really matter. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time, and yeah, we'll get this thing flipped over, and I won't leave the trailer, so don't worry about it. Anyway, catch you guys in the next one.